Hello everyone. I wanted to share with you a new concept I was working on. I find it interesting, like got inspired by the FDM machines, being able to print two or more different materials, colors at the same time, thinking about the same thing, same with the resin and how cool will it look like. And I thought maybe I'll work the design, the plan itself for the miniature to have both or two different colors at the same time. And of course, thinking about that bring me to say, why not having some translucent colors with some solid colors, and even why not adding some light, since translucent, you might have some light in it. And I started working on it, and here are some of the things I've done. You can see here, for example, that's one of them. That's the solid color. I have primed it in black, and that's another version when it's not primed. Just it comes like that right off the machine, like, so how simple is it, how great it would look at anybody's table without even a touch of paint or primer, if you want to. If you're gonna paint it, of course it's gonna be like even better. It could look a lot more wonderful than this. And one more thing is, like, it's very simple to assemble. Like, for example, if you want to remove that, it's really simple, like, just add it, remove it. So I made enough space. It's not really clipping on together hardly. So that's how it looks like. Another example here. I didn't glue that yet, so I have to glue that in the base. It's like the first one was fire, and this one is water. And this also simple to get off, like this. Get back on again. It's really, that's how it looks like. Again, that's another version when it's right off the machine without any primer. Looks nice. And there's another example here. It's not trying to get the camera to focus on it to show the details. For this one, actually, that was the first one I made, and I was thinking more about adding light and how would that look like. I'm not sure whether I'm going to continue in that path or not. Just let me know if that's something that you'll be interested to see. So for this one, oh, okay, so I'm glued. That's how it looks like. Yeah, just right touch. Angle there. Okay. For this one, like, if you think that it's going to be like challenging to have two colors like the way I do with these, for example, it's very challenging to put the translucent color and then print half the mini, and then put the solid color and print the other half. A lot of work that, like, maybe it doesn't make sense for some people. That one was printed with the same color. It's all translucent, and then I primed this part to have the solid color I want, So that's another option you can do. I had the translucent back in halves because I was experimenting with this one, the possibility of having light. So you can have here, like I have a hollow, I have a little hole there, and then there's one part here. It's not gonna show here. If you can add some light, so basically you can add light here, you can add light in that hollow part there. I even have here a hollow part, and even the base is hollowed. Okay, so you could add the lights. There's another place inside there. It's glued now, but let's see, I'm not gonna break it. There's another part here if you want to just add one type of light there and just glue it on. Another part here, like we have two places here as well if you want to add light. Okay, so for light options, that I experimented with a couple of options. This is one option. Okay, this kit comes from Amazon, like $40, a bit expensive, but it has its own benefits, right? It comes with some lights. The mixed, like 10 mixed. Then I bought 10 green lights. It's bigger. There's a smaller light there. You can see that it keeps lighting, but it's wireless, you know. So when you connect it and you have these in your mini, in your diorama, wherever, it gives like really cool effect, you know. See, it's still lighting, you know. One review said that when it's tilted, it's not really as strong as when it's straight up. I've seen that sometimes not, you know. So it's a little bit tricky if you're gonna put one of these lights in the mini or your diorama and maybe glue on it, and when it's your big time, it's not really doing what you're expecting. So the gaps I have here, it's not going to accommodate the big ones because the mini will be very big at that point. So not these, actually the small ones. So I experimented with these small ones as well. I'm just looking for maybe white or green. That is the green one. Yeah, it's not that impressive, but it works. So you can put it right here, and then it lights. Put that back. Yeah, doesn't show much, but yeah, it gives some kind of light there. The original plan was to have it like made for light and all these things, but after the tests I did, I didn't think that is like really an amazing thing. So I'm considering, you know, another option is that of course is connected to power socket. That one's USB, and it's not as powerful as the first one. So if you're gonna try this one, yeah, the length or the height actually where you could have the lights illuminating, it's not as big or as high as the other one. So that gives some limitations. For example, if I have this one and the light is here, it's not going to be like illuminating that much. So these are two options. Maybe like you could use them even in your diorama. Like the main idea I had, you know, like you have your table set and everything, and you have the wireless lights in your mini, and it's not illuminating anything, and when you put it in the on the table, it illuminates, you know, to give that wow effect. Something new to me. I tried a couple of things in a hurry, and it didn't give me what I want. So maybe you could try something better. You could do it in a better way. Another idea I had was when the mini touched the place that you want to be in, maybe whatever place that the mini should be in, like a boss, you'll have the battery in it and Cooper in the base, and he connects the circuit, and you have maybe crystals or other things on the table that all of them will just illuminate at the same time when the mini touch the ground. So when he touched the ground, the whole thing is connected, including the mini itself. The mini will have the light. Your table set to have lamps, crystals, fire, whatever, all of that will illuminate at the same time. So everything would be like having the light in it. You have that wow factor for your players. That's something I love very much to do. Unfortunately, I don't have the time. I wanted to design actually the whole thing, like a boss layer with the lights, with everything, with all the circuits, but maybe I don't have the time at the moment. It's an idea. You could try it. After I'm done with this, I could try it as well and maybe do something about it. Another way to have lights in your mini is by using these. They're a lot cheaper. That's a lot cheaper and more effective way to do it if you can build it in your mini. Again, you can do that. That's why I have these holes, so you can just actually have the light going through the parts, different parts, and having it inside. Too strong, you know, but you never know. Okay, so you can have that, for example. Like that. And then this one. This one a little bit tricky. When you put it, you have to match the back pieces together just to make sure it's in the correct orientation. Okay, and it clicks right in. If you want to use the wires, you could just maybe glue them or something at the back of this translucent fire here, or flames. That's basically how I thought about it, and then it could get through the hole at the back to reach the bottom and have your battery at this at the base. You could use with the battery magnets. There are a lot of videos online that shows you how to connect these kind of lights. It's really simple. You could use these tiny magnets. You could buy them off Amazon or anything, and there's like that Cooper to connect it. It sticks and connects as well, so you could have all of these together, and then when it's lit, you can see how it makes a difference. You can have that here and at the bottom as well, where I showed you that we have some holes here, and the wire could go through that hole there and through the base, and you have your Cooper and battery in the base itself, and voila, you have it all lit. And that, again, that was the plan, and that's how I designed it at the beginning. For this one, what I have fire, water, and death. It's gonna be like in my new Kickstarter campaign. It's gonna be like a small one. For this one, when I tried to make holes, because the translucent color here is very light, it shows like as if I'm distorting the way it looks without, if you don't want to make any colors on it, it have like a hole inside. It doesn't look good, so I didn't actually do it. For the guy for the fire, I didn't do it again because I thought, like, if you want to put like a light in there, how you gonna put the wire? It's a little bit tricky to have the length and just have it go all the way around with that flame there. It's doable, but it will have some marks. It will be shown. So I didn't do it, although the bases are all hollowed there. Well, it's really easy to do it. Like, if you want me to add it, I could add like a little bit of hole there inside there. The translucent color here is strong enough. I believe it would not affect it, and even though it's inside the body itself, so it would not show. And that's how we can do that. But again, like, if you want me to do that with the light as well, or the hole for the light, let me know. Another thing like I did was coming back to some of my older designs. That one from a campaign I did 1 year ago, the Egyptian campaign, Everything Egypt. So you can see here, like, I redid it, remodeled it from ground up to fit that. It's really simple again to remove it, you know. You have the flame, and you have that. The only thing you need to do here is just to paint that skull, you know, and the flames would be at the back. Would be wonderful. I didn't do that yet. I'm interested to do more of that, you know, like having more than one color. I'm not really good at the cameras and how to make things like focus. It's wonderful how both colors could get together. I want to do more of that, to have 2 or 3 colors at the same time. Again, it's a big pain to paint that figure, for that many, for example, because I had to have 3 separate prints. Instead of having the whole model maybe taking 11 hours or whatever, I printed the greens by themselves, and that took me like 11 hours, and then the grays 8 plus like 9 hours, and then the red, and that took me like 2 or more hours. So it doubles the time you need to print if you're gonna use different colors, not the same colors. To put that back, just make sure that this one is here first, and then it's really simple, because if that's not here and you're trying to straighten that up, maybe you have some challenges. But it's really simple. Again, you don't need any glue. That prints in one piece as well. And just for the sake of having this variety of colors, the greens are one piece, each one of them, the red and the grays. I'm gonna try to do the same thing with my fallen angel as well from my previous campaigns, the demons. I think there's a lot of potential there. I'm gonna try it. If it works out for me, I'm gonna do it. And for my next campaign, there's gonna be like evolving around these guys, that concept. I'm gonna have 3 elements, if I may say, because I have death. So we have the undead, which I call it death, and fire, and water. Okay, and because of the complexity of having all of these different colors to have the sets printed, maybe it's inconvenience for some people. For the first time, I'm gonna offer physical product as well as digital product, right? So I'm gonna print them, and you can see how good the look. But since it's the first time I'm doing the physical, it's gonna be only for US based customers. Maybe next time, if things go well, you know, like because I'm not sure how the whole shipping taxes and everything for Europe and international market works. Here in the US, it's like a flat rate. You could just I could plan properly and make sure that nothing is going wrong with the shipping and cost and everything. Nothing's going to be hunting me back. But I'm sure I'm going to figure a way to do international as well. A lot of people doing it, so why not? But not for this campaign. Anyways, so for my next campaign, it's going to be all about these. Okay, all about combining translucent colors with solid colors to make beautiful and wonderful minis. If you're wondering about the scale, these are like bosses. So basically the body alone is 70 millimeters, right? Here as well, 70 millimeters. My standard, since I started designing, is 32 Herwick, and that means that the minis, like it's the same size for Warhammer, for example. If you're gonna measure it, it's like 42 millimeters without the base, 44 with the base, something like that. And another example I did is that one here, where you have actually like once it's clipped, I cannot remove it. I don't want to break it. So inside there I have brain, like I put brain there, and these are all the pipes connecting to the body. It's not really clear because of the color of the resin I used there. So that one I did for my patron, and originally I wanted to have it in green, but as you can see the green is very strong, so I thought maybe I'll print it in blue first and see how it looks, because I wanted that brain to show. But once I put it, I cannot remove it. I wanted to put some color on it, just to show the brain. Anyways, that was it. Little announcement I wanted to make. I still have a problem of having very long videos. Need to work on that. I'm gonna share the link with you for my next Kickstarter campaign. If you like what you've seen, whether you want the digital copies of these or you want the physical copies, back the project and have fun. Thank you very much.